What's good, fam? Back again with another video. Start a series with the Texas Rangers. That's my team. And go from there. Checking out some things, and I think we're going to start this off with a few trades. Or making some trades. And get into free agency a little later. Roster dip. We're going to have to work on that. Yeah, I think it's time to start with some trades. You know, I'm not going to show y'all all that. So, all right. First trade. And just remember, though, sometimes when you're making trades, it's not about the player that you're getting in return, because you're going to also be signing free agents. So you might just be making the next deal just to clear up enough space for the next free agent you may bring in. Yeah. Now, remember, these trades are all made to clear up space for free agents. So sometimes you may be trading a player just to move his salary. And look, I did so many of these trades, I must have made at least 20 to 30 trades. Maybe more, maybe more, but I did a lot of this off camera. So I mean, so basically right now what you guys are seeing is the cut down version of this. I mean, I made a lot of trades. I traded, 3 players, which is why, MLB, if you're listening, you need to be able to put more than 3 players that you could trade. That would help. Ramon Russell. I'm just playing. No, I'm not playing Ramon, but we really do need that in the next one, bro. Real talk. Yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to make this deal. I would like to have Glad, but I don't want to give up one of those players. Yeah, and, I'm just fishing right now. And right now, as you can see, just fishing to see what players I want to build around and what players I want to move on from. Had to make this deal because I need a pitcher. While I would definitely like Juan Soto, I don't want to give up Joey Gallo, and I don't want to give up Willie Calhoun. I actually don't want to give up none of them. And I don't want to give up none of them. So I guess we're going to try this again. And I don't want to give up none of them. And for a 4th time, I don't want to give up none of them. I don't want to give up none of them, but I would definitely be interested in him. This is the cut down version, guys. I've already done all the homework on all these players that you guys are seeing on the screen. These are all the players that I am definitely interested in getting or trades I'm going to make. And see about who we're going to bring in here. I definitely would like Trevor Story. But I don't want to give up Apostle. See if we can make this deal without giving him up. I'm definitely going to figure out a way how to get Trevor Story. Right now is the fishing process. Wow, okay. That's interesting. Getting rid of Isaiah Kanafalefa. You know, I think this is definitely going to be a catch-22 either way. You know, his salary may not be up there. And he's versatile enough to play at different positions. And he's not a defensive liability, but how much better does he make you at the plate? $13 million. I think I could swing that. Alrighty then. More fishing. And more fishing, because I'm not getting rid of Bubba Thompson or Apostle. But I definitely need to figure this trade out. Is that the trade it's going to be? Yep. Boom. Did not want to get rid of Nate. And definitely sounds good on that move. And moving. 17 trades, guys. Look, I made a lot more than that. This is just what you guys are seeing. I guess you're going to see all of the moves I made as we go on in this series. You know, I definitely might think about getting rid of Joey, but I don't want to do that now. So I'm still thinking. Definitely need to figure out the starting lineup. Look, I know Kyle Gibson is definitely my best pitcher right now, but I'm definitely going to move on from him because at 33, to be the front of my rotation, that's not going to work. Yeah, no. We are not giving you potential closer. Let me look at some of these prospects. Okay, that's nice. Now, what would I have to do to give up him to get him? See, these prospects are interesting trades because looking into free agency, you have to know what you're looking for. And look, you really have to look in free agency. You can find some really good players like this guy. Couldn't pass up on him. And like this guy, couldn't pass up on him. Had to sign him. And then this guy, definitely going to be able to help my team. He's only 19. Had to sign him. See, you never know what you may find in free agency. Had to sign him. The thing is, he may make my team, or he may make the next trade, or add to a blockbuster trade to bring in a player that you may need. But signing these guys in free agency, I mean, you have to look at each player, and that's exactly what I did. Right now, you guys are seeing the cut down version. I looked at every player, every position. That's why when I got to the bottom of my rotation, making some trades that you guys probably didn't see, I made those trades for those players just to move positions and make space for the free agents that I was going to be bringing in. And right now, these are the trades that I made from some really good players on my team that I knew were not going to be here long term. And that right there for me is the key to building a franchise. Because, I have built multiple franchise on MLB since David Wright was the cover athlete. I think that was MLB, the show 5 or 6. Yeah, I'm showing my age. But after doing that, I've seen it from every angle. I've seen it from where you don't sign these free agents, you don't look, and the other teams get them, and then you end up trying to acquire them. And really, sometimes it's a lot difficult to acquire them or make the salaries work. Now, I'm not saying that you need to have everybody or every great player. But see, this is exactly my point right now. I made that trade, these last two trades to get these last two players, the catcher and the pitcher and sign him as a free agent because I was able to do my homework on players like him and players like him who might not be able to help me right this minute, but in a year or two, he might. And in a year or two, he might be able to help me put together a trade to bring in the player that could help me build this franchise. So I built it both ways. I built it to where I didn't sign any free agents and work through that. And I built it to where I cut it down and did exactly what you guys are seeing. And the thing is, it works either way because you don't get the talent. And then you get to the end of the season and then you have to take on Rule 5 draft picks. Some of which might work out, some of which don't work out. But you get the opportunity to take talent off of other teams. And then the way that I'm doing it right now, you have to stay on top of every part of your team because eventually, if that player is going to be on the Rule 5 draft, you need to either trade him away or put him on your 40-man roster and trade away somebody else on your team who may not have a future. Well, I don't want to say a future, who may not be in your long-term plans. So had to make this deal to shore up my pitching staff. And I think I still may make a few more deals, but right now I'd like to go through and work through what I have. And yes, I know you are mad. I didn't sign you to a AAA. That was a default. Add them to the 40-man roster, and then we are going to need to move you up, which then makes somebody expendable on my team. And right now, as you can see in the red, I need contact hitters, I need power, and I need pitching. But now I need to work on my coaching staff. And see, when you look at picking a coach, the first thing you have to look at is his red negatives. And if that is something in an area that you need your players to be progressing in, then you don't want that coach on your team. Like, stamina matters. You know, I can't have none of my pitchers on my team not being able to go forward because stamina is a problem, or steals, or power or contact, velocity. All of these things matter. And you have to pick your coaches accordingly to how you want to develop your players, because the better your coaches are, the faster your players develop. Because, see, picking your farm director and doing the research on every single person is going to matter. It's going to matter. Because the farm director is going to make your third base and your first base coach better. He's also going to make the pitching coach and the hitting coach better. And he's also going to make the manager better. But then you can't always come into this and just fire everybody on the spot because of the salary that they all make. You really have to pick and choose as to who is a liability and who is not. Who you are going to be able to use long term. For example, I could tell you right now, I like Chris Woodworth as a coach, but after his contract is up, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to find somebody better. But I'm not looking to fire him right now because he's owed $4 million. And besides, he's not the biggest liability on my team right now. And those are the positions right now that I need to focus on. The players, the coaches that are the biggest liabilities. Maybe you can find a better hitting coach, but I don't think so. Yeah, baby. Because I'm looking at this situation right now where, Chris Woodworth's contract is up. But, I don't want to move on from Chris right now because I don't want to take the cap hit on that because you will be eaten. So, yeah, I think the first coach I'm going to start with is the pitching coach. Need to hire a good pitching coach, but can't have none of them in the red, especially with a category to where you want your players to get better at. So definitely need to get an A plus. A plus, definitely. See, look, yeah, I need to fire. So I need to fire him before I hire him. That's crazy. All right, so fire B plus coach, and yep, see, exactly. I'm gonna have to take the cap hit on him and hire him. Just add a little bit money in a year or two. See what he go for. See if he'll go for that. Yay! All right, so now we got our pitching coach. So we got our manager for now, hitting coach, pitching coach, first base coach got to go. Third base coach. Farm system. Yeah. It's time to get the first base coach. Because, the way I look at it is that, you need to have the better coach on your team anyway. So then you need to look at the attributes that you want your players to get better at. Like, especially first base coach, we definitely need somebody that has an arm. Reaction time, yeah, that can't be a 0 right there or a negative. Okay, was there anybody else I need to look at? Okay, anybody else without any negatives? Yeah, I mean, he's an A+ coach, but I don't like that -2 reaction. Can't have that. Okay, look, minus durability 3, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Then right here, minus arm accuracy. I mean, I don't like that, but I might be able to work with that. Maybe. Nah, I don't like that. And then I don't like that one blocking. Not that either. Okay, right here. Right there. That's 3 of them right there. I guess I need to figure out which one is going to be better suited for me. Blocking, speed, fielding. Okay, durability. Not terrible. Okay, reaction time up 2. Speed up 1. Yeah, that's not terrible either. And stealing, speed, and okay. So I just need to pick one of them. So do I want reaction time or do I want fielding? The others are virtually similar. Or do I want plus stealing? Whoop, forgot to fire the first base coach. Okay. What kind of cap hit am I going to take with this? $2 million? Okay. And then we're going to go with, Mr. Price and give him just a little bit of money. Okay, that works. Now let's see what's next spot we're gonna work on. See, we're good there. We're good there. And now we're good there. So now we need to work on I can't stand that -3 stealing. But I think we need to get a farm director before we think about third base coach. If we go that route. Wow, that's crazy. Don't look like they have many good options going down the list. Ooh, scouting. Definitely need to work on my scouting team too. Yeah, we need to fire at least three of them. I mean, yeah, I don't know why they even did this. Where they got at least three scouts that are in the West region. Prove the East side or the East. Let's see what Central. Okay, now we need to work on international. Unless I'm gonna fire the West. Yeah, yeah. Because Jay is a lot better. We'd be good. This way we can have players being scouted. Okay, international. Let me hire international coach or scout. Yeah, right now scouting looks a lot better. Players being scouted and bring in for players that I can't afford to. Yeah, these are all the trades that I've made. Getting the best players for your team. I've done it both ways to where you don't touch your team and then you try to go out throughout the season and draft well and sign Rule 5 players and try to get free agents to come to your team. And sometimes it don't work out that way, and then sometimes you end up, and then you in the situation to where you got to develop talent. And ain't nothing wrong with developing talent, but the thing is, you want to put, like, for example, why I'm signing Trevor Story to a contract extension right now is because you need those players on your team to further take you to the next level. Reason why I'm looking at Joey too. Once you take your players to the next level, then some players become expendable and some players become essential. And the key ingredient to doing this is that you have to be able to balance being able to pay your essential players and bring in talent to develop. you know. And so far, playing, you know, this game, and I've been playing this game for a while. You know, the best way is to, so to speak, cut the fat off the bone. You start off by cutting players off of your team that are not going to be on your team. Then you start building around players who will either make your team or will develop on your team so you can then trade them away. And that's how things have worked for me. Definitely. Got to have a starting pitcher. I mean, you got to have an essential starting pitcher that you're going to be building this team around. Whether he's your one, two, or three, you got to have somebody like Sandy so that you can essentially, if you have to let the number one go or trade the number one and bring in some young talent, you can do that. Or if you want to trade and see if you can get a better number two or better number three or four, then you can do that. Or essentially, you might trade away one player to essentially bring in three or four players who you could develop because you don't essentially need a starter right now. But that's not the case right here. So, got to make this deal. Got to lock them up. And see, that's the purpose of revamping your scouting so that you can scout the right players to come into your team so that you don't miss a beat when they leave for free agency. Because I'm telling you, sometimes you just cannot afford to keep certain players. It's not that you want to trade them, but you don't want to be in a situation where you let them go for nothing. So you, at that point, then have to trade an asset that you want to keep for a developing asset who has the promise to get better, but also not going to command too much salary at the time because you have salary oriented players already on your team. So you find a way to fit these players in, and you find a way to build around these players too. Yeah, see, right now, signing Trevor is. It's not that I don't want to, and the same with Joey. It's just that, you just don't know how much money they're going to acclimate. So you have to be careful, and sometimes you have to wait. All right, let's get into this game. And then that's another thing too, right there. You don't wanna make a trade too quickly, and you don't want to sign a player too quickly without knowing the type of chemistry that they're going to bring to your team. So you need to kind of play with them and see how they're going to play on and into your team and into the future. So sometimes you just need to get out there and play with these players and go from there.
Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today, a spring training matchup between the Texas Rangers and the Kansas City Royals. It's going to be a premier pitching matchup. Two of the league's hardest throwers go head-to-head next.
Kansas City Royals.
Brady Singer, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, it's hard to have all four of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have two or three of his four pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
Well, for temperature, not quite as hot as we'd expected. 85 degrees, the reading at first pitch. The 1-2. Takes this the other way to right, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
Nice piece of hitting right.
Sandy Alcantara gets the starting assignment for Texas in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has? That gives him a lot of options for both righties and lefties, and if he's on, he could be really tough to hit.
Now to the plate, Adalberto Mondesi. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. The 2-1 is laid off of for ball number 3.
He's only 4 pitches in, but he doesn't look too sharp to start the day off.
Pitch is away, but it's swung on and grounded to second. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely. So that'll go down as an E4, as he certainly had his problems that time at second base. Runner at first following the error. And next it'll be the outfielder, Andrew Benintendi. Sinker misses, ball 4. So now to the plate, Salvador Perez. Here's the 1-1 delivery. This ball will be chopped foul. Now time is called, and this could very well be to buy a few more pitches for those relievers. Adrian Morejon is called upon to pitch, really needing that double play ball. Bases are loaded here with only one man out. To the plate now, Andrew Benintendi. Popped him up. Corner shading to his right. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
The catcher, number 13, Salvador.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. 1 for 2 in the ballgame thus far. Bases are loaded here, 2 down. Oh, they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1 and 2 now.
In a big spot like this, you have to be looking for something you can handle. That pitch bunched him up completely, so I think he's trying to do a little bit too much right now.
Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2 and 2 now. Here's one that misses inside, and the count's run full now, 3 and 2.
Well, this has been a long inning already, and I know he doesn't want it to get any longer. I expect a challenge pitch right here.
And now a bluff here as he'll just make sure nothing's cooking over there at third. On the ground to third. Reined in. On to first, and that'll do it as they manage to not let this inning get out of hand. It's a run on 2 hits here for KC. Andres Sautier, a 6'1" right-hander, will be the one to get the call from the bullpen here. New inning set to get underway, and that means Nick Solak will dig in. Now the 2-1. Ripped down the line, and that finds its way through for a base hit.
That's the cat and mouse of the game right there. You find yourself count leverage, you think you're getting a heater, he throws an off-speed pitch and you're still able to execute, that fires me up right there.
Stepping in now, Corey Lee. A 2-1 count to the Rangers' first baseman. Some activity out in the bullpen now as a couple of left-handers begin to stir. 3-1 our score as we play inning number 5. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
What a well-executed fastball right there, down and away. If you're going to do any damage with that pitch, you have to think up the middle the other way, and you have to be diving and leaning out over that thing.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Back up the middle. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
Up next for the Rangers, Ramon Cordova, and he's looking to make something happen here with 2 on and nobody out.
Well, early in the count, expect him to look for a ball to drive. If he gets 2 strikes against him, he'll need to change his plan and focus on moving the runners up. This game is too close to get greedy.
Solak over at second. Lee at first with no outs. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
He's got a couple of pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. It might be time to take a step back and try to refocus on making some good pitches.
And he misses again, ball 3.
3-1 here. You have to make a good pitch on the mound. Grooving one here rarely works in your favor unless the hitter tries to do too much with it.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And I don't think that's what he wanted to do, as the bases are loaded now with still nobody out.
That's a big no-no. He obviously had to work carefully with 2 men on, but he did not want to walk him to load the bases. Now he's really got his work cut out for him. We'll see how he fares here.
So stepping in is Jason Martin, trying here to plate the tying run from second. Tough fastball that time, but he hangs with it to stay alive. 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 errors for the Rangers to this point. And he just misses inside with the fastball there.
Everyone in the ballpark knows what the pitcher's intentions are in this situation. Great job at the plate to lay off a tough pitch in a good spot.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. And a swing and a miss on a huge first out there as he sets him down swinging with the bases loaded. So the batting order turns over now and set to go. Nico Horner, the base knock to the outfield, could score the tying run from second. Here comes the 1-2. Sent on the ground out to second. To second for 1. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
They couldn't turn the inning-ending double play. They just get the force out at second, and the runner scores from third.
Striding in is Willie Calhoun, trying to bring in the tying run from third here. A ball and 2 strikes now.
You're lucky if you get 1 pitch a night right down the middle. Cannot be late on that fastball.
Ready with the 1-2. Swing and a liner. That gets down, and the inning will continue. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Let's take another look at just a textbook swing right there. Good weight transfer, good hands to the ball, solid contact, and great extension through the ball.
Yeah, that's about as pretty as a swing gets. Nice look at it there from our camera guys as well. So now to the plate, Trevor Story. Outside, 2-1. Hits are even right now at 5 aside. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
They know the threat this guy poses at the plate. I know it's a 3-1 in this situation right here, but I cannot believe for the life of me this pitcher's going to come anywhere near the middle of the zone.
The 3-1 pitch. 3-2 full count. Swing and a liner. He's under it, and that ends the inning. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left. Home half of the 5th coming up, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and digging in is the outfielder, Jorge Soler. The 3-1 pitch.
Count is slow. 3-2.
And that misses ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway. Hunter Dozier digging in now. 0 for 2 for him to this point. And this is lifted high in the air down the right field line. Gallo is over near the stands as he makes the catch for the first down.
The batter, number 66.
To the plate now is the designated hitter, Ryan O'Hearn. Soler stands at first with one out. And the pitch misses low and away for ball two. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Martin is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first.
Now batting, the first baseman, Carlos Santana.
So now Carlos Santana, no hits to this point. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
That's not really where you want to miss right there. I know this guy has got power stuff, but you can't live in the middle of
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Royals leave one. 5 innings complete, all tied 3-3. Jake Kalish takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound. Here's Joey Gallo now. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. Now the 1-1 pitch. Waves and misses for strike number 2. Here comes the 1-2. Is laid off for ball 2. The 2-2. Count still full, 3-2.
You can really tell they're trying to keep the ball in on this big slugger right here.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt. But he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
Tough pitch to lay off, but he did, and it's ball 4, so the leadoff hitter is aboard to start the 6th.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
Runner aboard at first with nobody out in a 3-3 tie. And, might have thought it was high, but it's a strike. 3-2 now.
That's a real nice location with that fastball up and in on the hands. Hard to do much with that because a hitter really can't extend his arms very easily.
Swing and a liner. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
The batter number.
Man, it looked like the pitcher was trying to get him to go fishing in a pitch out of the strike zone. He went for it all right, but he managed to catch all of that baseball, lacing it for a double in the outfield. That's a great piece of hitting.
At the plate now, Nick Solak. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike. And now that Royals bullpen will get busy as we see both the southpaw and a right-hander get loose. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Now to bat, Corey Lee. We'll see if he can deliver here. Runners still at second and third with one away now. As a look, now the pitch.
Boy, I love the way he's competing out there on the mound right now. He's got a chance to rack back-to-back Ks with 2 runners in scoring position. He's not giving in at all.
He'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to as that's ruled a swing, and there are 2 away now. Digging in here for a pivotal at-bat, Ramon Cordova, as he'll do his best to bring home the go-ahead run from third, 90 feet away. Swing and a flare hit toward right. And a dive, but it rattles in and out of the glove. And the run is in to score from second. Now a 5-3 game.
Hey, even though we're in the middle of this one here, D-Roll, that's a big base hit and 2 RBIs to boot.
Yeah, you never know when it's going to come, Dan. But when you see runners in scoring position, you're up to the plate, your eyes light up, and you have to come through for the team. Great at bat right there.
In now, Jason Martin. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball.
Couple of strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at bat, trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
And that's upstairs, running the count to 3-1.
It's clear he just hasn't been able to find any rhythm out there, pretty much unable to hit any of his spots, and now he's at 3-1, and he's put him into another great hitting count.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. Into center field, line drive base hit.
Whoa, that ball was close, whizzed right by his head. I think he probably heard it go by, guys. That's pretty unsettling for a pitcher. Trust me, I know.
Into the box now, Nico Horner. And it's 1-2.
Threw that fastball right by him. He had no chance to get the barrel of that one.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way.
Now 2-2, 2 on, 2 out. This is when you have to make a pitch right here. The last thing you want to do is run the count full to 3-2. Then the runners are going to be off to the races.
So a full count now. Willie Calhoun would be next. Cordova on second. Martin at first. 2 out in the inning. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. The next 3-2. Hit in the air down the right field line. And this is going to get down for extra bases, as that'll get one, if not both of them, home. And now this is thrown wildly, just getting it into the infield.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Daniel Lynch trots in from the bullpen here as he inherits a tough spot with 2 on and 2 away. Digging in will be Willie Calhoun. 3 across so far in the inning, and another 2 out there on base.
Yeah, Matt, and this inning's really starting to get away from them on the defensive side of the ball. Stranding the rest of those guys out here feels absolutely essential for them at this point.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. And that's on the outside corner, 1-2. Here's a look over to first, just keeping him close. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So 3 runs on 4 hits here, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We'll see 8, 9, and 1 due up in the bottom of inning number 6. It's the Rangers 6 and the Royals 3. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and Whit Merrifield will dig in at the plate. The 1-1 home is in there for strike number 2. Now a shot toward the gap in left center. He takes the turn and heads for second. And he's not stopping. He wants 3. No, he'll get to this one. And he is into third base with a triple. His third hit this afternoon.
This is an easy decision for him to try for third because he has the play right in front of him, so he doesn't have to rely on any of his base coaches. Good decision to keep chugging, and he makes it all the way around safely.
Now a bluff here as he'll step off and look him back to third. Now the 3-2 pitch. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order. Stepping in next, Adalberto Mondesi. And they're runners at the corners now. 2-1 the count.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball in play hard.
Scooped up. One there. On to first, and it's a double play, although the run does come into score from third.
It certainly looked like they might have had a big inning cooking there with first and third and no outs, but the double play kind of kills it. They did get the run in, but the batter doesn't get credit for an RBI.
At the plate, Andrew Benintendi. 2-1 pitch is a splitter swung on and missed. 2-2. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw to first with time to spare, and the side is retired. So it's 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. 7th inning coming up. The Rangers lead it 6-4. Seventh inning ready to roll, and in to hit next, shortstop Trevor Story. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes. And stepping in, Joey Gallo. 2-1.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. Good pitch. But if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. And a swing and a miss there on a late breaking slider as he set down on strikes for the second time this afternoon. Next, here is Adolis Garcia. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. To 2-2 now.
I can't imagine he was sitting on fastball at his neck right there. He is going to have to lower his sights if he's going to have any chance.
Now here's a fly ball. Well hit. So they're going back on the warning track. He makes the catch. 1-2-3 go the Rangers. They're up 6-4. Hanser Alberto is up off the bench as he'll be asked to get something started in the home half of the 7th. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
Hey, leading off an inning in this situation, 3 balls on you. You have to know that a solo shot's not tying this game up. You have to find a way to get on base any way possible.
And that misses, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to start the home 7th. In there, 1-2 now. Alberto aboard here at first with nobody out. And a quick step off here, hoping to catch that runner leaning, but he's back easily. The 1-2 is at the knees and called strike 3.
That's a pretty impressive pitch from a young arm like that. If you could spot your pitches there in advantage counts like 1 and 2, you're going to have a lot of strikeouts and soft contact.
Nicky Lopez will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Gallo is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone. Kelvin Gutierrez will look for some 2-out magic here as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at first. Luis Oviedo takes over pitching duties, looking to get that final out now here in this 7th inning. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
With too much tilt on that breaking ball as it misses low.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
Now a quick move here to step off and look the runner back. Working for the punch out and the offering. Swing and a liner. And this hops over the wall out there for a ground rule double. And maybe a tough break as that'll freeze the runner at third with 2 gone.
Man, an unlucky break right there with the runner stealing from first. If that ball doesn't bounce over the wall for a ground rule double, he's probably going to score easily. But instead, he's forced to stay at third. Now it's going to be up to the next guy to drive him home.
And he has delivered one of the biggest at-bats of the afternoon as he cashes in with a base hit. But not in time as the run scores and the lead is trimmed to 1.
Dan, that had to be missed execution right there. 2 strikes on the batter. You throw a breaking ball, but you leave it up a little bit for him to be able to.
Got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. Clearly fired up to work out of that jam. More Cactus League action coming your way after this. Ryan McBroom stays in the game after pinch hitting, and he'll be patrolling right field. Josh DeMont has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. Cam Gallagher is also into the ballgame as he'll likely go the rest of the way behind the plate. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. Yoni Hernandez is going to be asked to get things going here as a lead off the top of the 8th. The 2-1 home is taken, ball 3.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Ooh, that was some gas. Triple digits on the radar gun.
And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
He's really struggled with his command of this game, no doubt about it. But to make things worse, he just lost one of the fastest guys in the ballpark.
Now it'll be Corey Lee. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. Hernandez on at first, nobody out. And he holds off on the breaking ball, so the count runs full.
These last 2 guys are making him work quite a bit out there. Both have been long at-bats, and them so far.
Runners off for second, and he won't have to contend with a throw as that misses for ball 4. First and second now to start the inning.
Now back. Catch. Romo.
Now at the plate is Ramon Cordova, singled in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and they take another single right here. That third base coach is dying to wave his arms. I wouldn't be surprised if anything hit hard through the infield. He's going to wave them.
And he'll dive back in safely. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Now both runners are breaking. Count still at 1-2. First and second here with nobody out. Spin and a throw back to second, and he'll dive back in. Now the runners take off again. High in the air out to center field. Taylor is there. Makes the play, one away. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base. And now, Jason Martin. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. 3-2 pitch. Offered at and missed. Here's the throw. Short hop, but he's out. Great play to pick the throw and slap the tag. Yoni Hernandez will remain in the game at second base after coming on as a pinch hitter in the last half inning. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go, and that means batting next will be the center fielder, Michael A. Taylor. Count is 1-2 now. Into the windup and the pitch. Ball 3. 3-2 now.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Line drive to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So it's a leadoff base hit to open their half of the 8th.
The leadoff hitter finds his way on base. Should be interesting to see the cat and mouse with the manager. Does he use the bunt right here? Do we put a little hit and run on? Do we go old school, new school, and just let him swing away? Should be interesting.
And strike 3 called on a fastball that looked inside from here, but that's out number 1.
Really important time for a strikeout there, guys. Tying one at first, so objective number 1 is straining him on base. And now with 1 out, it becomes a lot more difficult to manufacture that run.
It's going to be far too late. That's a stolen base.
Hey, it's almost impossible to throw a base runner out that gets a lead that big. And plus, this catcher's not known for having a cannon of an arm.
Taylor leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. Gallo will have plenty of room as he makes the catch, and there's a big out number 2.
The catcher, number 36.
Up next, Cam Gallagher. And he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. Chopper to short. Story plays it in. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as the side is retired. 1 left for Kansas City. Still a tight ball game. It's 6-5. Kyle Isbell is the new shortstop as he stays in the game after entering as a pinch hitter. Scott Barlow enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Gerard Dyson is also into the ball game as he'll assume duties in left field. One and two now.
Well, that's a surprising late swing on a heater, middle cut right there. In a fastball count, he's going to have to turn it up a notch.
Here comes the 1-2. Is swung on and missed, strike 3. To the plate now for Texas is the DH, Willie Calhoun. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
This is hit the other way out toward left field. Dyson's there. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Digging in next, Trevor Story, looking to change his fortunes here. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts so far in the game. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Looked like he got fooled on the speed there. 2-2.
Hey, this could be a huge momentum swing for this team right here. Relief pitcher has come busting through the gates and done his job. Try and get this team back in the dugout where the offense can get rolling.
Lifted in the air out to right. McBroom is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. All set for the bottom of the 9th. And next to bat will be the outfielder, Ryan McBroom. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away. So next to the plate for the Royals, Nicky Lopez flied out in his first at-bat, so making him 0 for 1 so far. Taylor Hearn comes on here looking to get the final 2 outs and earn the save. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2.
That was a great hack right there. Timing was on point. Just sometimes you have bad bat barrel accuracy.
Here's another 1-2. Hit to short. Story picks it up. Throw on to first is going to take care of him as the Royals are now down to their last chance now. Couldn't have been much closer at first, and as show track will demonstrate for us, it took a throw of over 90 miles an hour just to beat the hustling runner. Really an amazing show of arm strength on that play. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. To the plate now, Kelvin Gutierrez. And he misses 2-1. And this is swung on and missed. So with that, they find themselves down to their final strike here this afternoon. KC down to their final strike in this one. 3-2 to the Royals' designated hitter.
Time to narrow your focus up there at the plate. In a one-run game, he doesn't want to walk you, so there's a good chance he's going to get something to handle right here.
And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game. Here's Carlos Santana now. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. 2-1 to the Royals' first baseman. The 2-1 home. Whit Merrifield would be next if they can keep this inning alive. The 3-1. Swing and a liner. Well, this one is gloved for the out, and a big sigh of relief here as this ball game is over.
Hey, this was a pretty tightly played game. Got a little bit of everything in this one. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching, and defense in certain spots. This one was a fun one to watch.
A one-run game, 6-5 the final today. Texas rode an important sixth inning to victory in this one. Adrian Morejon takes home the win. So that will wrap things up. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, Heidi Watney, and our whole crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, head to theshow.com.
Yeah, that's right. We got that one in the book. Win. And the win wasn't that important because, it's preseason. But basically, you do have to learn how to play with these players. That is the most important part.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon. First for the victorious Rangers, 6 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors.
I did like what I saw from a lot of my players out there. I think we still might have to make some moves, but nothing major. Just a few minor moves. And I think basically going to have to decide whether we're going to sign Trevor Story and Joey Gallo to contract extensions with the amount of money that they're asking for. Might be better served trading them for draft picks, developmental players. We'll see. Something we'll talk about and go through as we play or start the next game or the next series. But right now, I think I definitely need to add a first baseman. That is definitely a hole and definitely something I had to make. Had to make that move. It's not too bad because, the money is not that bad, but instantly he helps my first baseman situation because I don't have one that could come in and help me right now that is developed. And we're definitely going to have to work on the bullpen. And then again, decide whether we're going to trade Joey Gallo or keep Joey Gallo along with Trevor Story. Yeah, I know you're angry, bro. We just got you, bro. You're going to be a starter. Yeah, as I work on this lineup, we still got a lot of work to do. We still gonna do some more stuff to it, but in a sense, I think I have all the players I want to start to evaluate and then go from there. And guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And see you in the next one.